Hey all, Joe here with All Funnies and Games, and today we're going to be doing a different drawing tutorial than what I've been doing before. This one is going to be starting a series on face details. So we went a little bit into this in the last one, eyes, eyebrows, mouth, you're good. Now I want to get into more specifics, and now I'm going to talk about some of the different types of eyes that you can give your characters to really make your art come through well. One of the things that you can do is just give them dot eyes. It really doesn't take much. This is the simplest kind of eye you're going to get. The advantages are that it's easy to draw. Another advantage is that it's really hard to get a detail wrong that screws it up or makes the drawing look wrong. The big downside of this, and this is a downside I've run into in the webcomic with the style I've been drawing it in, because these lines are really just a modified version of the dot eyes. There's not more detail to it, it's just a taller dot. If I want someone to be looking off in a direction, I really have to, intentionally curve the eyes down that way to have them looking at that. And so it can be kind of difficult with this type of eye to really figure out and demonstrate well what your character is looking at. And that can make a motion a little bit harder. One thing you can do for this, and what a lot of artists will do for this, is they'll go a different direction for the eye. They'll go dot in a circle. Now, you can tell that looks a little bit unnatural. For looking straight on, this probably isn't the best way to do this, but for looking around, and if you're going to do a piece where the characters are looking around a lot, suddenly this starts to look a lot better, and it gives very, very clear eye direction. Another thing you can do, and this is a pretty uncommon one, is you can do the uni eye. Some people might call this the Sonic the Hedgehog eye. So it's similar to dots in circles. It just brings these eyes together. It combines them in the middle. One reason that a lot of people don't do it this way is that it does kind of limit how realistically you can draw your face. But what this does have in its advantage is that it's uncommon. It's going to draw some attention. This isn't how everyone does it. A lot of people don't do it because of those disadvantages, but it's still going to give you something a little bit more unique. And it can give you one look that's very, very good. Without eyebrows, it can give you the raised eyebrow look. And so you can really get some very elastic expressions out of this if you really work on it and know what you're doing. This one is going to be a little bit harder to make work and work well. But if you like it and you want to incorporate it into your style, it's not going to be prohibitively difficult to draw eyes this way. There's just going to be a learning curve to really get as expressive as you can get if you try and do eyes this way. That's it. Nothing wrong with that either. The other one, it's very similar to eyes in dots, but it's the overlap. So it's got elements of the eyes in dots, right? But it's also got elements of the uni eye. And a lot of times, looking forward on, even characters that very often have eyes overlapping won't have them overlapping in the straight-on pose. So think about how weird some of the Simpsons look when you look at them straight on. What these are really good at, though, is when you're not doing a face-on look, when you're not looking straight at the character, they give you 3/4 perspective more easily than any other method I know. Because remember our discussion about depth, right? You take your Venn diagram, erase one side of it, suddenly one eye is in front of the other eye. That eye is in the foreground, the other eye is in the background, and you can see immediately which eye is which. Okay? So these will give you some eye options that you can use in your drawing. So hopefully this video helped you out a lot. Hopefully this contains some information that's going to be really useful to you as you continue to learn art and as we move forward into this new series about working with facial features. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't seen my older series, it's called Stick Figures and Beyond. You can go check that out. I'll have the link to the first episode in the description. That will take you from literally square one. All that said, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you on the next one.